All right, here we go. We are live, and I realized that when I was fiddling around with things, I have the wrong credits. We are not in England, despite what the credits say. So I will get those fixed for next game. But I was watching the credits play, and I'm like, wait a minute, these are
Don't
not
have that
right.
spell to we don't have the spell to get back to England.
Yeah, I'm like, no, Luther isn't part of the game anymore. Oh, yeah. Apparently, my credits are not correct. So that will be fixed for next time. But you guys are not in sunny England. You are instead in sunny Kenya. This is, I think, session 42 of Mask of Nyarlathotep. And you guys are on your way to the Mountain of the Black Wind, the place where you believe the cult of the Bloody Tongue is up to something nefarious. Cult of the Bloody Tongue is up to something nefarious. Cult of the Bloody Tongue
Believe,
is up to
yes.
something nefarious. Cult of the Bloody Tongue
Believe,
is up to
yes.
something nefarious. I was getting a weird echo there. For some reason, I didn't have the sound turned off on Twitch. It's one of those days. First day back from holidays and everything. It's like all of the technical stuff has gone screwy. All right. So, as a recap, you guys are on your way to the Mountain of the Black Wind, the headquarters, for lack of a better term, of the Cult of the Bloody Tongue here in Kenya, to stop whatever it is they might be up to. You have spoken with a Captain Montgomery of King's African Rifles, who turns out is a member of the Orpheus Club, a secret society that your old friend Salvatore Caputo was part of. It turns out that this is a group of individuals in various places that are working against the cult to the best of their ability. They are not as well versed in current cult activities as you guys are, but they are in a position to lend a hand. The other members of the cult, you've come to find out, are Dr. Ali Kaffour in Egypt and Captain, what's his name? Isogi Taro in Shanghai, member of the Japanese Navy. So you do have some contacts that you can call on in those places. You've already been to Cairo, but Captain Taro in Shanghai you've met previously, and knowing now that he knows more than he let on is probably going to be beneficial. But Captain Montgomery has given you a company of men and all of the necessary supplies and everything, including heavy support weapons in the form of Vickers machine guns, a case of dynamite in case anything needs to be destroyed or demolished, plus, tents and rations and medical aid and all of that sort of thing. And you guys have been making your way through the jungles of Kenya towards the mountain. Along the way, a couple of you have had some troubling dreams. A couple of you have periodically heard a rhythmic drumming sound that seems to be not entirely physical. Some of your soldiers were killed by a group of leopards. And Miles determined that leopards they're solitary hunters. They don't operate in groups. But these leopards apparently did. And they didn't eat people. They basically killed them and left them for you guys to find. You've discovered an area where the Carlisle expedition supposedly died, which was kind of corrupted and gross, and you guys gave that a very wide berth. And you now estimate you're probably a day or so away from the mountain. The only thing currently plaguing you is the large column of driver ants that seem to be pushing their way through the jungle towards your group. And by a large column, a column of driver ants numbers in the millions when they're on the march. And I think that's everything that brings us up to speed. So yeah, so as the answer coming, the soldiers are like, what the hell? A couple of people like fire off some shots randomly. Obviously has no effect at all on the column of ants. The two lieutenants are kind of issuing orders to getting people to fall back, trying to figure out like where they're going to fall back to. We'll turn the action and stuff over to you guys.
Miles, any idea?
Do we have giant things of bug spray?
Of what?
I'm gonna start looking for a metal piece that could be used as the torch for the fire vampire thing, because I'm quite panicking right now.
Okay.
How far away are they, Chris?
Oh, they're like a fair distance from you guys. They're probably like 100 feet or more. They're not moving fast. They're just moving steadily.
Can I roll
We could
for despair?
Can you roll for which?
Despair?
Sure can. Or probably more usefully, you can make a natural world roll.
Yeah, I'll do a natural world.
Okay.
What if we moved off to one side? I mean, are they following us or do we just happen to be in their way?
We don't know yet.
I wonder if they have 20 million shoes.
I wonder how many rubber plants they're carrying.
I'm going to spend 3 luck.
Okay. So yeah, so
All right, how do I spend the luck again?
if you left click on the 44, you should get a little drop down menu.
I just see a ones, 10 dice, and 40.
Yeah, just scroll down a little bit and you should see it. There we go. All right. So Miles. So column driver ants. Driver ants are basically they are one of the most dangerous things in Africa. They tend to clear out like every like rat, snake, insect, eating every possible source of food. They will eat humans and large animals down to the bone. The only way to divert them is to basically build a fire across the path, or prolonged exposure to sunlight. They don't like water, but they can cross water by basically making bridges out of their own bodies.
Sorry, what was the first part before exposure to sunlight?
Like building like a fire trench.
Fire.
All right, so they don't like sunlight. They don't like fire. They don't really like water, but they'll build bridges out of themselves to cross water. And I'm not going to compare them to piranhas, but apparently they have a taste for flesh and they will eat animals, including two-legged animals, to the very bone, I suppose, if they're hungry enough. So fire would be a
Oh,
good
so like
idea.
piranha, you mean?
Sorry?
So basically like piranha.
Yes, yes, very much like piranha, only we have millions of them and they're smaller.
Well, I was already panicking, but just this helps panicking more. Maybe we should. What about you said something about a fire trench?
Yes, but some build a barrier of fire or something. They don't like being exposed to fire or sunlight.
I mean, let pass that. Let's pass that on the sergeant.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe we could have a couple of branches cut so the light would shine here, or have the boys start a trench of fire.
So as everybody starts to get organized, everybody kind of starts backing up, looking for like a clearing in the canopy where there's some sunlight. One or two of your soldiers kind of like, as they're moving, they like trip over a rock or anything or something, and as the ants kind of swarm over them, like you're expecting them, to eat them, you're not prepared for the gurgling sound of people drowning in ants.
I
What?
hear your
We're losing some
smile.
red shirts to ant.
Yes. Basically, as like people like trip or fall, and the ants kind of like swarm over them, the ants literally force themselves down the people's mouths and up their noses.
I'm hearing your glee.
Uh,
And why doesn't everybody give me a? Let's call it a
Sanity?
Uh, no, I think you're okay. You've seen worse than this. But everybody can give me your choice of a dexterity roll or a luck roll.
well, shit. My luck is over twice my dexterity. How sad is that?
I am much better with my.
Just a regular roll?
Yep.
Okay. Well, wait. Yeah. Crap.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah. That's
Um,
more accurate.
can I propose a vote for Eugene to stop dying?
I mean, like I didn't have enough scar yet.
Right. So as you guys are kind of like backing up and trying to like, and some of the soldiers are starting to, break out entrenching tools. Like the plan is to fall back far enough so they have time to dig out an area that they can light on fire, so they don't risk burning the whole jungle down, or the area that you're in. And as they're doing so, Evelyn and Eugene, you guys kind of get separated and
Oh no.
get swarmed by ants.
Oh no.
Man, this is how we lose Evelyn.
Maybe.
Right.
No disrespect to Eugene, but Evelyn's a day one character. It's like, you'll die.
Evelyn's kind of she's a bit more delicate.
All right.
She's fragile.
So Evelyn, you're going to take a point of damage.
Oh no.
Eugene is going to take 3 points of damage.
Oof.
And these bites are exceptionally painful. And as you're like swatting at them, basically when the heads latch on, like as you swat them, you knock the bodies off, but the heads are still attached by the mandibles.
Ow.
It's
Evelyn will
disgusting.
scream.
Oh, you screamed.
Is this normal
This is not a-
behavior for them, though?
This is not a pain she's used to.
When I
Eugene
say,
is
is this
swearing in multiple language, like 7.
For Miles, it is natural behavior for them, but they did seem to split off to follow Evelyn and Eugene as they kind of got separated amongst the chaos of moving. Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to like normally the driver ants, they just kind of move forward and they eat everything they come across. These ones like specifically veered after Evelyn and Eugene. All right, those of you who are being bothered by ants, what would you guys like to do?
Is there a rope that we can throw them?
Yeah, there would be a rope in and amongst the various assorted gear.
I'll try to reach for a rope.
Okay. You can make a throwing roll.
Of course.
That's how you get better at things. You need to suck at it first.
by ants. I'll use a tree luck to
Okay,
help somebody.
perfect. Are you throwing it towards Eugene or towards Evelyn?
I'm gonna roll for it because I didn't think of it true. So even is gonna be Evelyn and odd's gonna be Eugene.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't understand what I'm doing at the moment. Give me a sec.
No worries. There should be down at the bottom of the Foundry chat. There should be a little dice
Yeah,
track.
I have it, but for some weird reason, I just keep pressing button and I'm gonna go roll like 15d6 minus 5.
Yeah. So you click the die that you want to roll, and then click the roll button, and it should do it. Oh, there you go. That's an odd number. So you, sorry, odd was Eugene?
Auto is Eugene.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect. So,
Sorry, Evelyn.
that's okay.
So yeah, Eugene, you've kind of like tripped since it was a dexterity roll, and starting to feel like ants crawling up your legs and biting like the inside your pants, inside your socks, inside your shoe, and then like you feel a rope kind of land like on top of you practically.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab onto that.
Grab onto that and get
Try.
yanked. Okay. Evelyn, what would you like to do?
Um,
Call
so
it the
I'm currently.
Netflix Shambler.
Yeah. Yours was a luck roll as opposed to a dex roll, so you haven't tripped and fallen, unlike Eugene. But the ants have basically have like nipped at your heels.
I would like to try to get back toward the group and ideally behind some soldiers.
Okay.
Is there a way for me to get rid of the music? Sorry, it just every time the music changes, it comes back at full volume, and I have to move it down to like 30%.
That's very weird. Yes, there's the little music symbol thing up at
Yeah,
the
I
top of
know.
Foundry.
I'm in there. It isn't helping. I keep like decreasing the playlists, ambient interface are all down at 30%. It doesn't matter. When the next song starts, it's going to be back at 100 again.
I don't know. I mean, I can turn it off on my end, but you should have complete control of the music volume.
Theoretically.
Yeah. Though the music's
Not what happens.
been wonky lately. Like sometimes I don't hear it at all, and everybody's like, "Oh, the music's playing." I'm like,
This is the first time I've heard it in ages.
"Yeah."
Like,
So
anyway, sorry.
I'll chalk that up to one more technological thing I'll have to troubleshoot at some point. All right, so yeah, you're gonna try to make a break for where everybody else is.
Uh-huh.
Okay, perfect. What would Miles like to do?
I'm going to assist with. Well, I'm going to try to give Evelyn cover if she needs it because I don't really have any weapons that are going to help against a colony of ants. I don't want to waste ammo on these things. So provide a meat shield for her, and then maybe go assist with whatever our military aides are doing.
All right, perfect. All right, so I'll say, Evelyn, you can give me either a. Actually, this would be a dexterity roll, but with a bonus die.
Oh no. That's going to be bad.
Basically, whether you succeed or fail at this roll, you will be free of the ants. This roll is just to determine if you take more damage before you get free.
Okay, and it was +1 dice?
Yeah,
Bonus die?
a bonus die. Yep.
Okay.
there you go. And Eugene, you make the roll automatically because of the rope. So yeah, Eugene gets like yanked free. Evelyn, you're like running. You're not used to running super fast. I mean, it's only
I'm not used to being able to run comfortably on both legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, just as you think the answer about to get you, Miles kind of steps forward and kind of like grabs you and hauls you. I mean, probably fairly forcefully to get you clear of the ants.
Yep.
But
I think consent was implied at that moment.
yeah, I think so. But yes, everybody gets pulled clear of the ants, and like I said, the ants aren't super fast. So everybody does, you know, back up. Some of the military guys have grabbed torches and are kind of forming a like a defensive line at the rear of the back, or the rear of the party, to kind of waving the torches around, doing what they can to basically hold the ants back so everybody can get a safe distance away, so that more permanent precautions can be made. You know, a couple of them will toss torches to Miles since he's interested in helping out. And you guys can safely back away from the ants. Miles, you notice like the fire, whatever is controlling the ants, whatever made them go after Evelyn and Eugene when they became vulnerable, doesn't seem to be strong enough to override the ants' intrinsic fear of the fire. And once you guys have backed up sufficiently, the military guys kind of like lay down the torches and then like put out like a very wide fire break. And it's just a matter of waiting it out. Everybody give me listen rolls. All's quiet on the Western Front.
Of course it is.
All we can hear is the thumping of our heartbeats.
The thumping of your heartbeats, the kind of like the
Crunching.
yeah, the sound of that many ants moving is unnerving.
So bad.
Probably can hear me swear in multiple languages. I try to remove ants as from my flesh.
And it takes some work to remove them. But after probably 5, maybe 7, 8 minutes, the column of ants diverts around the fire break, and they don't divert around and then come back towards the group. They like divert around it and just keep on their way. Miles, you would guess that whatever was controlling them has basically relinquished control back to the swarm.
Maybe we should check an account for everybody.
And there's like 4 or 5 like freshly picked clean skeletons. And there is a wide area that is like just devoid of like the plant life and the foliage and everything.
So we go. We keep going now.
Yeah, the lieutenants basically, wait until the danger is past, and then they're like, okay, let's move away from here before darkness sets in. You do notice several of the native soldiers are like grabbing their various little superstitious symbols, kind of like clutching them a little bit tighter.
Question: did the ants eat like everything, including like their clothing and materials, or their object? Like, is their equipment still there?
Their equipment is still there, but they're like the skeletons themselves are stripped to the bone.
So I look to the captain if we're, taking their stuff.
We'll redistribute their gear. Uh, I'd like to be able to give them a burial, but I don't think we should be around here when the darkness sets in.
Yes, not to sound too insincere or too cold, but they're not likely going anywhere, and we can give them their burial when we're done.
True. We'll remember them in our evening prayers. But they do redistribute the necessary gear. I honestly don't know if soldiers of that era would have dog tags or not. If they do, they would grab those, but I honestly can't remember at this point in time. And everybody picks up and continues on the way.
I think we should assume that fauna might be act unpredictably against us.
It certainly would be a sensible precaution. Are we in an especially dense area, or is it kind of open?
It's it's kind of open. There are definite open spaces. It's not completely dense jungle at this point. Especially as you're getting into the foothills of the mountains, and you can actually see the Mountain of the Black Wind in the distance. Like you're getting close. It is like this very kind of like stony conical mountain rising very abruptly from a plain. So it's not dense jungle at all.
I'm now paranoid about things jumping out from trees at us, so that's why I'm wondering.
Paranoia is always warranted. And as you travel along, put some distance between the ant column and your eventual destination. I'll get everybody to give me spot hidden rolls. Like all of you can see, and the lieutenants and the scouts will basically stop the group, and you can see the outline of huts in the distance on the plain. So everybody can see the huts. There's a small village here, probably no more than 10 or 15 huts. Gary, there's no sign of habitation in that village.
Like no smoke, no nothing.
No smoke, no fires, no people moving around. Um, just
Passing the
huts.
information to the scouts. And as I come back, I say, that village is empty. Were they in the trail of the ants?
No, it's several hours away from the ants at this point.
Oh, Miles, isn't there supposed to be smoke or something in the village?
If it's inhabited, you'd make sense.
So let's assume it's not.
Well, if you're saying that you can't see any signs of fire or hear any noises or anything,
There's no
it
movement
could
at all.
no movement. Well, let's see. If there's no movement, then it's quite possible there's no one there that's alive. Perhaps it's been overrun by things that should not be, or perhaps they fled in a hurry, maybe due to the cultists. We're not going to get any answers here, so it's up to everybody if they want to at least go through there. Might learn something.
I mean, some of the Nobi village was supposed to be assistants to the cult, and some of them were just living in their shadow. We might learn a bit. We should be careful.
So are we going or not?
I think we don't need to bring everyone, but a team should go. Uh, we could go check and bring a couple of people with us.
I'll let you explain that to the military man.
Yeah, let's go see the surgeon with that.
Oh,
There seemed to be an abandoned village nearby. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they might be either supporting the cultists or living in their shadow. Maybe if we scout it out, we could learn a bit about what's happening around.
yeah, I can send some in with you. We don't know what exactly we'd be looking for.
I mean, we'll know if we see it, but it might just be a bust. We'll continue, but I'd rather we take a few minutes to make sure.
Certainly. He kind of motions. He's like, Henef Tambo, uh, grab your squads. Escort this gentleman and whoever else is going. And see if you can determine what's going on there. A couple of the men kind of snap to attention and go off to get their respective squads.
Should we all go there, or should some stay because we might uh, pretend that something happens? We have to have somebody who at least know of the ritual or something staying with the main force to ensure continuity if something happens to the scouting party.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I can go check it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you because you'll die if I'm not around.
I mean, you did save my life a few times.
It's not supposed to be a prophecy, though.
I mean, let's hope I don't have to return the favor too fast.
Okay.
Wouldn't want to have all my debts paid before we end this. I'm not sure what we're looking for, but we'll probably know it when we see it.
Yeah, let's hope so. Miles, are you staying with the main group or?
Well, how many of us are going right now?
Right now we're two plus some men that the military man gave us.
Sure, I'll go.
You're going into the village?
Yeah, we're going to scout a village.
Evelyn kind of looks torn right now.
If
She wants to
something
go, but she has no desire to be left behind. And she doesn't really want to go either. She just doesn't want to be left behind.
I mean, we should keep a person that can do the ritual in boat group just in case something happened to one of them.
Yes.
I suppose, yes, that would make
I can
sense.
stay with you. I think I still have something to drink.
I'll try not to push you to need it.
No, I was offering.
Oh, well, that's a different story entirely.
We're not gonna let the end of the world ruin a good bottle, aren't we?
I mean, Miles can save my life this time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's his turn.
My turn to
He
what?
saves
Save
his
my
life.
life. Next time I slip and fall into a bag of ants.
Or a fire vampire.
Don't fall into
I
Fire
mean, it
vampire
shouldn't
ant.
happen.
Fiery vampire ants.
Quit, quit my head. You, we said the same
Mm.
thing about the same time.
All right, so Gary Eugene and Miles and the two squads of military people are going into the village.
Yep.
Okay. And
Yep.
Evelyn and Gary are staying behind.
Yes, not happily, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
And power Evelyn a stiff drink.
Okay. All right. So for Eugene and Miles, it's probably about 20 or so guys, basically two squads of people go with you. Everybody's like kind of on their, you know, eyes like darting back and forth. Everybody's kind of very, very carefully paying attention to what's going on. And as you move into this village, at this point in time, it's probably about like getting close to 6 o'clock in the evening. I mean, it's summertime, I believe. Yeah, it's July, so there's still plenty of light left, but the sun is starting to dip with the mountains casting like some very deep, very long shadows. And as you move in, uh, there's no sign of any habitation. And as a matter of fact, it looks like you don't see like there's no like, you know, fires in the yard, pots still bubbling, nothing of that nature, nothing that indicates that this lack of people is recent. And I will get both Miles and Eugene to give me listen rolls.
I was going to ask if there's any sign of footprint.
Oddly, no.
Sorry, what kind of roll was it again?
A listen roll, and also a tracking roll since you're specifically looking for footprints. All right. So yeah, everybody kind of stops and listens. Eugene, you can hear movement coming from some of the huts. And Miles, as you're looking around, you don't see any footprints, which is, I mean, it's not terribly unusual. But then as you're looking, it looks like parts of the area have been almost swept clean. Like there was like a deliberate attempt to hide footprints or trails.
Can I see a pattern and triangulate direct?
With your extreme success there, yeah, it looks like something fairly wide and fairly long, basically like swept in the area, and the point of origin seems to be like some of the huts.
Miles,
Or the point of origin was some of the huts?
Yes.
Miles, I've heard some movement in some of the huts. I think some people are hiding or something is hiding around here. This might be an ambush.
Possibly. It could also be whatever covered up all the tracks in this village.
You think tracks
All
have been
right.
covered?
Yes, someone or something covered tracks. Almost picture a big giant broom, or perhaps a snake of ridiculous portions that would come in and just basically be a giant broom, something like that.
Brush. They could have used leaves to brush the
Mm,
traces away if they were to hide in the
mm,
in those places.
maybe, but this looks to me as if something rather gigantic kind of just came through here. Like I thought of a giant snake or something like that. Picture a big giant broom thing, big and long, and just one big motion.
I mean, either that giant thing is waiting in ambush for us, or
I
some
don't
people
know
are hiding here.
unless the
Some people
giant
might be hiding here, or
possible. My thought was
from us,
perhaps
or from the cult.
it's quite possible. My thought was perhaps the cult summoned something that could have done this, but who knows? We should probably go investigate the noise, though.
Right. So
I wish I could say that sometimes the simplest solution is often the right one, but here I've seen too much terrible things to say that.
We should cautiously check it out, but be prepared.
Uh,
So yeah, as you guys start moving towards one of the huts where you usually heard noise, the military guys are, they're doing things properly. They've got their rifles at the ready. Kind of moving carefully, watching each other's backs. When suddenly, out of one of the huts, this large, thick, ropey black tentacle just kind of snaps out, wraps around one of your soldier guys, and basically crushes him. I'm gonna need some sanity checks. Oh, look at you guys being all stoic and stuff.
oh fuck!
Each of you loses 3 points of sanity. As from several of the huts, these thick, ropey black tentacles just start shooting out of the doorway and out of the windows, just flailing about. Miles, Since you got the rolled a 1 on your tracking, those tentacles look like they would be able to sweep the area clean of footprints. They do look vaguely like a snake.
Snake-ish.
Well, I think we have our cleaners.
Fuck. Ambush. Let's fall back.
Fall back, fall back. This is not a fight we need.
All right. Initiative-wise, the Dark Young go first. So there is 20 guys. And all right. So there is much flailing of tentacles. There is much screaming. There are gunshots. Evelyn and Gary, you guys can hear gunshots from the direction of the village. Probably hear some screams carrying on the wind as well.
That can't be good.
Miles and Eugene, thankfully you have enough red shirt cannon fodder that neither one of you is in immediate danger. But your soldiers get torn asunder. By the time you kind of gather your wits enough to act, Miles, there's like about more than a dozen of the soldiers have been grabbed and torn apart and thrown around and squished. A couple of them look like they're shriveled, like something has basically stolen the life out of them. And you kind of go like, oh shit, and you can act.
Does that look like a withering spell?
On your turn, you can make a Cthulhu Mythos.
That's one spell I'm quite familiar with it since I've been on the wrong end of it.
But Miles, you're up. Oh, look at that, Eugene. Eugene, those ropey tentacles and the withering effect, those are the children of Shub-Niggurath. Their tentacles are capable of sapping the strength from people. And crushing them. And crushing cars.
Yeah, we need to fall back a lot. Are those things like stationary or are those things like ambulant?
They are ambulant, but they do not like the light. So the fact that it is still sunlight is probably going to keep them in the huts. But
Oh shit, yeah.
once it's dark, they will probably come out. But Miles, you're up.
I'm trying to organize a retreat. We need to get out of here before it gets. We need to get out of here. This is not a fight we need right now. Fall back, gentlemen. I'm trying to give an order here. I'm overriding if there's anyone actually in charge. I'm trying to organize people to retreat.
Gotcha. Let's call that a persuasion roll with a bonus die because of the inherent danger. Again, they are going to retreat. The roll is mainly to see how quickly they do so. So they will start to fall back. There's some screaming, there's some panicking. There's a couple people that are just like standing there like slack jawed, unable to kind of comprehend what they're seeing.
If there's a slack-jawed guy near me, I'm going to try to grab him and pull him back.
Gotcha. Okay.
Since I saw that Miles is not getting through, I'm gonna try to use the if you want to stay alive, run away, fall back, follow me.
All right.
Try to get through.
Gotcha. And I guess the important question is: are you guys waiting for everybody to fall back, or are you yelling "retreat" as you retreat?
Oh, I'm moving back, but I'm trying to whip them up
Gotcha.
a bit more.
Yeah, I'm trying. I will stay for a wee bit, but ultimately, I'm more lead by example here. Fall back, run.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna point to the hut that I heard sound, so people steer clear of them.
Okay. Yeah, the tentacles are erupting from like 3 or 4 of the huts now. But yeah, you guys can fall back. You guys weren't far enough in, and you brought a lot of people with you to soak up a bunch of damage.
Creatures in those hut, and those creatures ate the sun. But as soon as the sun is down, those things are coming out and they're coming toward us.
So yeah, tentacle reaches out, snags one last guy before you manage to retreat, and then you are out of reach of them. So yes, Evelyn and Gary, you guys have heard gunshots and some screams on the air.
Oh, that can't be good.
Nope, it's definitely, most definitely not. Should we,
Can you see anything?
let me check.
Can I see anything, Chris?
Make a spot hidden roll.
Now that there are tentacles involved?
Oh.
Oh dear.
So yes, both of you. I mean, the village is a little ways away, so I imagine you like grab a pair of binoculars, kind of see what's going on, and you can basically see um, Eugene and Miles kind of like moving towards your direction. Miles has got like one of the soldiers, probably like firemen carry across his shoulders, the guy that you grabbed that was standing slack-jawed, Miles, and he's like laughing maniacally in your ear as you carry him. And you also see, like, it looks like several of the huts in the village have basically exploded in tentacles.
Oh.
And both of you can give me sanity rolls.
Well,
And
shit.
how about we don't?
Oh,
Oh.
oh, that could have been worse. Both of you lose 1 point of sanity.
That's not terrible.
On a d10, that's really good.
Hmm.
But yeah, you know, you guys are like looking through binoculars. You see these huts that have kind of exploded in tentacles in the background as Eugene and Miles are like running towards you. You both kind of like drop your binoculars, let out a little like ugh sound.
Sergeant!
And yeah, as you guys are looking in the, what do you tell the sergeant?
But I just give him the binoculars and like I trying to end words and I'm not able to articulate them. So I'm pointing and I'm giving him binoculars.
So the sergeant looks through the binoculars and he just stands there staring, completely like motionless almost. He's like holding his breath, just staring through the binoculars like he can't believe what he's seeing.
Do I
Sir,
see Eugene give him or give some or gear somebody give him those binoculars?
No, you guys are busy running for your lives.
Ah, okay. I
sir,
thought we were back.
sir.
Do something.
How fucking dare you, sir? I mean, be manly. Do something.
Be manly. Do something.
Uh, Finally, he kind of snaps out of it. He's like, okay, we need to go, we need to go, we need to go. And he starts like just ordering people like this way, let's go. And he doesn't wait. He's just like getting everybody organized to move now. And we'll say at about that time, Miles and Eugene basically come running up to the group. And yeah, everybody's basically bugging out. Not a lot of order to it, but everybody seems to be moving.
I was going to ask if there appears to be a way to get to the mountain that does not involve going near this village.
Yes, there's lots of area to go around.
Um, it appears that there was something in those hut, and yeah, those things are gonna come out at night.
You figure that gives
They hate
you.
this.
You've got about 3 hours till it's dark.
How much do they hate the sun? Would that kill them?
Probably.
And the sun is still shining right now.
It is.
Okay. I'm gonna first I'm gonna tell everyone, like the group, uh, Gary and Evelyn, what I saw.
We kind of saw it.
Yeah. Uh, those things erase the traces of people in the village and in the hut, because those things ate the sun. Problem is, they're probably gonna go after us once the sun is down. As long as the sun is up, they're vulnerable. Probably the sun might destroy them. Um, Remember before we left, I asked the explosive guy about throwing dynamite? Might be the time to put that theory to practice.
If you think it's a wise use of the resources, I mean, I don't. I mean,
I don't want to deal with those things at night. They're they kill lots of people. Fucking dangerous. But right now they're vulnerable. If we can at least, I don't know if the dynamite's gonna kill them, but at least it will destroy the hut, and that will expose them to sunlight.
I have no power of decision here, so yeah.
I know. I just want to pass this by all of you, just in case I'm going insane.
There you go.
We are alone.
I'll post a picture of what the things look like in Foundry there.
Oh no.
So we lose sanity out again too.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
It's strangely not that bad.
That looks pleasant.
That's a lot of mouths.
Also, for in terms of scale, since let me see, who's the biggest one of you?
It's me.
Right. Okay.
Pretty sure it's me.
All right. So Eugene has a size of 90. So Eugene is probably like 6'4" and a good solid 240 pounds or so. This thing is easily 2 or 3 times the size of Eugene, not counting the tentacles.
Oh. not. Uh-huh. I would like to run the other way.
The military guys are already moving out.
They need to shoot it.
Evelyn, actually, you can make a Cthulhu Mythos roll.
Oh yay!
I think those things are vulnerable while it's the day.
Shooting it's not going to work.
What would?
The sunlight. You're pretty sure that even the blast from the dynamite is probably not going to phase them unless you use a lot.
Isn't it? What time of day is it?
It is currently 20 to 6.
Morning or evening?
Evening.
Didn't we just get up?
Yeah, and then you guys traveled a lot, and then you ran into some ants, and then you traveled some more.
Okay, it was the traveling that I was missing. What?
I don't want to use the dynamite to kill them. I want to use the dynamite to get the roof out of their head so that the sun shine on them.
What time of year is it?
It's July.
Oh God, the sun should be up for hours yet.
Yeah, you figure
Yeah, we
you've got
still have
you've got about 3 hours of sunlight.
We need to expose them to sunlight.
Yep.
Um,
That's why I was thinking dynamite. You throw it, the hut just get blown away, and they are exposed to sunlight. It's the best thing I got.
Chris, are they like carrying the huts with them, or are they not moving yet?
No, they're not moving yet.
Okay. I was like, are these nightmare turtles of some kind?
No.
Baba
Okay.
Yaga hut.
Yeah. I mean, with those legs, yeah, maybe. What were the huts made of?
Oh, just like dry grasses and mud.
Fire? To burn away the hut parts?
I mean,
And
that could
Evelyn
work.
is like looking at Eugene and Miles since they were close up.
Chris, my best plan with demolition.
The real trick is making sure that it's on target.
Would fire be enough, or is dynamite the best plan?
Either would probably work. It's a question of how close to the huts do you want to get.
As far as possible.
As little as possible.
So yeah, if you're really stealthy, you might be able to sneak up to a hut and catch it on fire without being noticed. But the fire needs to be, like, you need to be at the hut. The dynamite you can throw.
Do it.
How
Use
good
the
am I at
dynamite.
throwing stuff?
Somebody.
How good am I at throwing things?
We're just throwing. Fall. Oh, never mind. It's under fighting. Yeah, mine's only a 20. I can throw a tantrum.
Twinsies.
I could throw a fit, and that's about it. Hopefully, Miles and Eugene are a little more capable.
Not in throwing things. I'm a gun person.
Oh dear. It's got to be better than 20, right?
No, 20 is not better than 20 in this case.
Oh dear.
What I
Eugene,
would,
you're our only hope.
what I want to say is that I think that we are distracting ourselves from our goal. This is something that we could tackle on the way back, assuming everything goes well on the mountain.
The point is, in 3 hours, the night is down, and those things are free and will come after us.
Yes. How many of them do there seem to be, Chris?
I don't know. There was a lot of tentacles.
Oh, that's way too many.
I saw 3 houses that had tentacle coming out of it. That could be.
We don't want 3 of those things chasing us. Especially not when the army settles down for the night. And they will. We're not going to get them to keep up marching overnight.
For Evelyn and Eugene, since you guys both made your Cthulhu Mythos roll, largely it depends on what they are bound to do.
Yeah, I just feared that since the cult was controlling animals around here, they would send us toward us, but they might have been ordered to do something else. Question is it a chance we're willing to take? We could just go away and hope they don't come for us.
That would be my vote, but I'm a coward, and it's known.
I don't think it's the coward vote. I think it's the hopeful vote. Don't know if I have lots of that left.
I don't know how far we can get away and how fast they move.
I could try to pick the soldier with the best throwing arm, the guy who won at baseball, and get a couple of stick of dynamite and try to get that done. But I could also just skedaddle, hope for the best.
I mean, we need to do both. Some of us can keep moving forward the military that's best suited for throwing dynamite or planting it or whatever it is they do with it.
Oh no, it's a throwing case. We don't want to get close by those
No.
men.
Um,
The
and
only
get
case I have
closer to
against
them.
dynamite is that they could ear us, but I'm pretty sure they know we're coming.
We're a massive army, followed by a massive trail of ants. I think they're going to notice us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they already have.
Oh no, not a private message.
We have to try, but and we
Okay,
have to do it
let's do
fast.
this. Let's do this. I'm gonna go to the other guy in charge. There's one that was traumatized by what he said, but there was 2 guys.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask the other one to point me is best guy at throwing things like the champion of baseball they have, and I need
Grenades.
a bit of dynamite and the help of their artificer if we don't want to have those thing hunting us down at night.
Give me a luck roll.
I'd rather try to persuade him, but let's see if he has a good guy.
No, we're gonna check if the good throwing guys are already dead or not.
Exactly what that luck roll
Yeah.
was for. Um, well, first of all, we don't have many baseball players here. Since
Cricket.
Crickets.
yeah, Jones was on the cricket team.
Was.
Leopard killed him 3 days ago.
We need to get the dynamite there without getting close if we don't want to get snapped by one of those things.
Our
Those thing ate the sun. If we can blow the roof out of their head, the sun will destroy them. We need to do it before the sun goes down, or else we might get them on our way in the night. Pretty sure we don't want to deal with that.
the captain said to give you guys whatever assistance you need. I would prefer to not have my men be here.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to go too, but I don't know if those things are gonna follow us, but they might. And if they do, I don't know exactly what we can.
Theoretically, they should have some kind of command. Um, but that command could be to follow us. That's the problem.
It could be to stop us. It could be to protect that village.
It could be either
Do
one.
do we
It could
do
be
we
to
want
eat
to
anything that gets within grabbing range.
take that chance, or do we just go?
I would prefer that they were, at the very least, injured, if not deceased. I don't know how much sleep I will get, wondering if they're creeping up on us. But I can't do. If I do magic now, I don't know that I'll be able to on the mountain, and that's a bit more important.
I can lay out the information for you, but you're better at tactics than I could be. Do we have someone good enough to throw dynamite?
We can give it a try. It's not exactly
Yeah,
our area of expertise. We're riflemen.
yeah. I don't think
Can you
rifle will
shoot
work on
the
those things.
roofs off? Can you put enough bullets in those huts that they fall apart?
Would those earth be dry enough for us to just throw torch on the roof so they catch on fire?
Possibly.
Still demands a bit of throwing though.
We can definitely poke some holes in it with bullets. I don't know how many holes you need.
We should just start with bullets
As
because
many as possible.
and we'll see the reaction and then we will adapt our tactics.
Or we can just keep moving.
Shoot the huts.
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
Thank you.
So yeah,
We have
so
grenades.
they do not. They have dynamite.
Okay.
So yeah, they will basically form up into ranks and start firing the huts from a significant distance. Their accuracy is not super great, but they're literally shooting the broadside of barns.
I was gonna say.
They put some holes in the roofs.
I'm gonna grab a pair of binoculars. Just to try to see what sort of damage they're doing to the huts. Trying to either avoid or ignore any wiggly bits that might be sticking out.
That sounds so wrong.
Yep, it does.
You can give me a spot hidden roll.
Oh dear. Not with that roll.
They do put a bunch of bullets into the huts.
You see something, Evelyn?
It's not enough. I don't think. I mean, if it was noon, possibly, but it isn't.
How flat is the ground in the village?
Oh, it's quite flat.
So, if I cannot accurately throw dynamite, could I put it into some sort of cart and just push it toward the hut?
You don't
Something that I
you don't have a cart, but
Yeah, trying to think of a way of getting the dynamite there. Should I learn to throw things? I should be better at arson.
That's not something you hear every day.
No, that's why I'm not prepared for that.
Let's get the fuck out. I mean, nobody wanna go there. Nobody wanna be put the head on the on the bit to be maybe the one that's gonna die. So let's move. We're losing valuable time.
We are.
I mean, I'll throw the fucking dynamite if nobody wants to throw the fucking dynamite. Not sure I'm gonna hit the side of the barn with it, but I'll fucking throw it. Fuck. Uh, I'll ask the explosive guy to prepare it for me.
Alrighty. How many sticks of dynamite would you like him to prepare together?
12,000.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him. I need to make sure that the roof of those it get blown out so that the sunshine on those whatever is in it. I might not land it exactly where I want it to land it. And from the distance I'm able to throw it, I don't want to get blown by it. What do you suggest?
Right. So what is Eugene's strength?
Um, why doesn't it want to flip? Sorry, a foundry has frozen on me.
Let's see. You have strength of 75, so your base range is 75 feet. Anything beyond 75 feet, there will be a penalty die.
But 75 feet sounds like a distance I won't be grabbed by a tentacle.
None of the tentacles seem to be 75 feet long.
And it would have to reach into the sunlight to get you.
The sunlight did not seem to slow them down when they were ripping apart soldiers.
As long as it's
So-
not the sunshine is not raining on their hips.
So when I made my Cthulhu roll, my Mythos roll, is it that the sunshine has to touch the core of the body as opposed to the tentacles?
You're not sure. You just know that they are the dark young and they like the night. They seem to shy away from the dark, from the light. You don't know if it's you don't know if it's because it's a preference or because if it's detrimental to them.
Okay, because you said they were sensitive to sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So are those people who work all night shifts.
I don't know that I'm sensitive to sunlight. It's just really bright and I don't like it.
See?
Wouldn't call me a dark young. I'm not that young anymore, but I am sensitive to sunlight.
But yes, you can throw dynamite up to 75 feet without penalty.
So I'll
It should
be
give a
Eugene's
good radius
cheerleader.
for explosion. Even if I'm a bit off the mark.
So he will prepare dynamite for you. He'll kind of smile and say like, "Good luck."
Yep. Fuck this.
And don't fuck it up.
It's time to fuck shit up.
So you move closer and closer,
Yep.
and you can make a throwing roll.
Try to get it approximately good.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
The only way I get better is if I do the thing.
So there is an explosion. The hut kind of falls apart. I mean, it's not a super strong hut. And you see the creature in all of its glory.
Damn it.
It's a sanity roll.
Yep. It is coming. At least I did not subject the soldier to that. Just gonna take it to my own brain.
Ooh, 3 points of sanity loss.
Sorry, what did he lose sanity for?
Because he blew up the hut and exposed the creature.
And I saw it all
Yep.
in its barren glory.
Yep. It does seem to be the creature itself does seem to be, I believe. Oh, completely undamaged.
Yeah, yeah.
But this thing and all of its eyes and all of its tentacles and all of its mouths glare at Eugene, then moves towards him.
I'm gonna try to flee into the sun.
Right. What is Eugene's dexterity?
It's
My
quite enough.
dexterity is 45.
All right. The creature is faster than you. So it is going to. Oh, it's going to try to grab you with a tentacle. You can dodge if you would like.
I'd like that.
Okay. You will need to get at least a hard success.
Um,
So you need 21 luck to get a hard success.
it's. I think I kind of need that. I don't want to get grabbed, honestly. Gonna be out of luck, but yep.
So this tentacle comes down, like almost wraps around your leg, basically like pulls your boot off. But you are not grabbed. You're up.
I'm gonna try to run as fast as I can
All right.
and stay in the sunlight as much as I can. Put as much distance as I can from with it.
Okay. You can give me a dexterity roll. It will also make a dexterity roll. All right. So it is gaining on you. Is anybody watching this happen?
Nope. Living in deny.
I'll walk.
All right. So yeah, Miles, you see as the hut explodes, you see this creature in all of its glory. You can give me a sanity roll. And then it gives chase to Eugene. Oh. That is going to be 7 points of sanity lost to Miles. And you can make an intelligence roll. Yes, the full weight of what has happened falls upon you.
And I hit my. I have exceeded my cap for the.
Oh, actually, that's probably fairly good. What's Evelyn doing? Gary is busy helping the soldiers get everything packed up so they can move.
That sounds like a fine plan.
All right, perfect.
I'm not going to be useful running into the village.
Miles, you watch it and you see this creature, and it's charging at Eugene, and Eugene is running, and he's running towards you, and you go like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then you let out this scream. Evelyn and Gary, you both hear Miles like let out this horrifying scream. Miles, you realize that you can't see. There's a monster out there. There's a monster somewhere in your vicinity, and you can't see anything.
What is it, Miles? What is it?
I can't see a damn thing. Ah! Where is it? Where is it?
Where is what?
The thing that's attacking Eugene. He's coming right for us, and I can't see a damn thing.
Does his eyes seems okay?
As far as you can tell, you're not a medical doctor.
Well, I mean, they're not like perforated by anything or.
No, he's not bleeding from the eyes or anything of that nature. His eyes haven't exploded out of his head or.
I'm gonna. Uh, fuck.
That thing is either going to get Eugene or it's going to get us because Eugene is coming right this way. And I can't see a damn thing right now to shoot anything.
Fuck. Fuck.
In the meantime, Eugene, as you scramble away from it, because it is actually slightly faster than you, it basically tries to run over you with its tremendous weight and bulk. You zig at the very last moment. It seems like it might be having trouble functioning in the light, and it narrowly misses you. But it's like if an elephant charges at you and narrowly misses you.
Yeah, I am properly terrified.
Uh huh. And give me
Is there anything I know how to do that could help me right now?
stay out of its grasp.
Yep. Trying to zig, as long as I don't have to zag.
Give me another dexterity roll. There's also like a bunch of gunfire as the soldiers fire at the monster for fairly minimal effect. Oh, look at that. Success. So yeah, Eugene, you're like running and zigging and zagging. Like you've lost your fez somewhere back there. This creature is like, probably less than an arm's reach away from you. It's just your zigging and zagging that's keeping its tentacles from lashing out and grabbing onto you. And then it just stops. There's a bunch of screams and panics from the soldiers too, by the way. I'm just not going to make a sanity rolls for 97 soldiers.
That's fair.
But yeah, it just stops.
Is it in the sun when it does?
Partially in the sun, partially in the shade.
Yeah, I'm
But you
gonna not gonna ask myself that question, and I'm just still gonna run.
keep running. Okay. And it does basically step into the shadows and kind of fade back out of view. Miles, listening to Gary's voice gives your mind something to focus on, and your vision starts to clear after 35, 40 seconds.
Eugene is getting okay. Eugene is getting away. Eugene seems like he's getting away. The soldiers are shooting. We we will be all right.
Things are looking blurry, but they're starting to come back. I'm trying to focus on the gunfire and stuff to try to figure out how close this thing could be.
Gotcha. Yeah, and as your vision starts to come back and you're focusing on the, trying to figure out where it might be, you can hear the shouts of the soldiers, the gunfire, the shouts of like, I think we're driving it back. Um, yes, it didn't leave the village. Like it doesn't seem like it pursued Eugene past what would be a reasonable village boundary.
Does it look like it was just ever one creature or multiple?
Oh no, there was at least three of these.
And Eugene was only chased by one?
Yep, from the building that he blew up.
Is Eugene near us now?
Yeah, I mean, he was running pretty much full out, so he will be back to you before terribly long. Probably around the time that Miles's vision has kind of restored itself. There's some cries from the soldiers. They seem to think that they've driven the creature back.
Eugene? Eugene. Eugene.
Okay, okay,
Eugene. Now you look at me.
yeah.
Look at my lips. Fuck curiosity.
It's not curiosity. I just wanted to protect
No, no.
us.
Fuck curiosity.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I wanted the thing to die so we didn't have to fear it at night. The
I
sun
don't.
is
I'm.
not
I'm
as
not
not
saying
fucking
that
as
you're
efficient
wrong.
as I wanted it to be.
I'm not saying that you're wrong to want to protect people. But if we weren't be curious about that stupid village first, we would be in
Yeah.
ignorant bliss.
Point is, if we didn't check it and they were there to hunt us, we would have been hunted at night and we didn't know what was coming for us and we had no chance to do anything about it.
And now we're all gonna turn out crazy, and if they come after us before night, we'll all die still.
Well, the sun did have the work I was hoping it would, but I think those things protected the village, guarded the village or whatever, so we might have a chance. Let's just fuck off from here.
Yes.
Fuck. Stupid thing got my fez and my
You're
boot.
lucky it's just your fez.
Yeah. Probably gonna need more dynamite next time.
That seems like a fuck curiosity question.
Yeah. Oh, let's not check exactly how much dynamite I need and put more than needed. And don't check in the hole before throwing it.
Let's just not be there.
Fuck.
You tried, which is way better than everybody here has done.
I need to find a way to kill those things. Let's get
Not
out of
now.
here and hope. Let's get out of here and hope I don't need to find that out.
I think everything's packed.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So you guys can make it to basically to the foot of the mountain before darkness sets in. It is definitely a mountain. It's like this very like dark, like conical mountain rising very abruptly. The forest jungle is thinned. There's grasses everywhere except on the mountain itself. There's no sound of birds. There's no sound of insects. There's no sound of monkeys. It is very quiet at the foot of the mountain. Kind of like partway up, kind of it looks like the face of the mountain is basically the ash and the cinders and stuff have washed away, and it's just like exposed sheer rock. But there is a steep trail that leads partway up. Folks can give me a spot hidden roll.
While we were walking, could I try to find somewhere in the stock that we have some iron twine?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Sorry, what was the roll again?
Spot hidden.
Spot hidden.
I do appreciate that as things have gotten more dangerous, Gary has started making the spot hidden rolls.
It's just getting more and more paranoid.
Fuck curiosity. Fuck books. Fuck. I would have made a
I
great
cannot
rabbi.
access. I cannot access my spot hidden. If you could roll it for me.
I would have made a great rabbi.
So Gary, this steep trail that leads up, at the end of the trail, you see what looks like a cave entrance.
I'm struggling with myself. Should I tell anybody or not?
I'm probably not concentrating on what's happening around. I'm trying to use the twine to make a miniature torch with it.
Okay.
After the encounter with the Dark Young, kind of want to get that done.
Yeah, that thing was uglier than my aunt. But there's a cave entrance.
Oh, fuck. I hate caves.
The mountain of the black wind. Of course it's gonna have a cave.
I was hoping that they would just be on the mountain chilling.
And Lieutenant Higgins, one of the officers with you, says like, "Cave entrance. Is that our goal? Are we setting up camp at the foot of the mountain here tonight? I mean, they're gonna know we're here. There's no way to hide this many people this close."
Yeah.
Don't ask me, I have terrible ideas today.
You're the ones who were fighting here. You're the army. Use your tactical knowledge. Where do you think would be the best place for us to set up?
Well, to be
I
honest,
assume it's not.
we were expecting that perhaps we would, nobody said anything about a cave. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
now you know.
We
So where would
didn't-
be the best place?
Should we storm the cave now, or should we set up camp? I assume is the question.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to hide. They're going to know we're here. We don't particularly relish close quarters fighting. Who knows how deep the cave goes, how narrow it is, what sort of defenses they have.
So maybe if we set up a camp that we can uh, keep guard on the entrance and deal with anything or anyone coming out of it.
How's the morale of the men?
Not great. We've
We
lost
should
about 30 so far.
we should set camp.
But we'll get to it. We're here to do whatever you need. If you decide that we're going to go up there and fight, we're with you. But then he'll turn around and start ordering the men to make camp.
Evelyn is going to sort of grab Eugene, Miles, and Gary and kind of pull them off to one side. Is it just me? Or have they gone entirely spineless?
I assume that they didn't expect this.
We
They
told
were
them
in
what.
there. They were in control as long as it was the jungle and we were the one not understanding the danger. But now it's us not understanding the danger and not knowing how to deal with it.
And we try to explain to the colonel. Maybe he didn't deem appropriate to share the knowledge with his mans. I mean, they're just mans.
Are you sure they're gonna shoot at whatever we tell them to shoot?
I don't know. Captain Montgomery said that he was familiar with the cult.
He was. Not all of those men.
The cult, but we were familiar with cults, not with tentacle beasts with 3 legs that just eat sun. Still, each of them dying is not one of us dying. That is a
Uh,
terrible thing to say.
but that is one less gun pointed at the enemy whenever we decide to storm that place. And we are gonna have to storm that place. This is gonna be bloody.
Yes, yes, it is.
Already been. I mean, that
Yeah.
bloody thing is bloody since the bloody beginning.
Yeah.
It is called the cult of the bloody tongue.
That's a bit on the nose, isn't
A
it?
little bit. But
I don't see
I
other
under
any other option. I'm gonna have to live with the death of those people, but I don't
We
see any other option.
we said that we were coming back from that thing.
they're
Yeah.
soldiers. They came to Africa to die for their country. We're allowing them at least the privilege of dying for the entire world.
Yeah.
So, not your life choices that put them here, theirs.
At least it would not have been in vain if we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Precisely.
we better make it worth it.
I'm gonna
And
have a
we'd have to live to do that. And they have to start thinking again. because they can't decide if we should start up the mountain now or wait until morning.
I mean, I just told them I have terrible ideas and they listened to me.
I ordered them to shoot, and they did because they couldn't figure out what to do on their own.
But, well, you're terrifying too.
I'm
in a in a good way.
I they haven't seen me at my most frightening. Strange things happen.
To be
No, your
fair
eyes were
to
still in the right direction, and they were not back of your head.
I wasn't floating or bleeding,
I'm gonna have
either
a
of which is an improvement over things that have happened in the past.
Or possessed by dark spirits.
Or possessed by dark spirits, or chanting in some unknown language, you know.
I'm gonna have to have a stern talking to with my cousin when we'll get back.
He introduces you to all the worst people.
And that was my job. I'm the screw up.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lifetime
Oh.
of blackmail and bribe on him.
Gary might go from being the family screw up to being a savior of the world. Never gonna live it down.
Your cousin can never let you buy another scotch again. He'll have to pay for all of them.
Oh, daddy will.
Remember that time you sent me with the Wago? Now pay.
Oh yeah.
Imagine
Have you ever seen 20,000 stupid fucking ants?
They were the worst.
you're gonna have a great
Oh.
story to tell them, all the people at your bar mitzvah. Remember that time I was in Kenya? Or
Yeah, I
remind me of
think
that time we fought the cults.
I should have another bar mitzvah because I'm living way too much stuff for just one life.
I mean,
We're
if you have
Is
a
talking.
that
bar
how they
mitzvah,
work?
if you have a bar mitzvah at the end of this, can you put everything that happened to us in your next? It reminds me of a bar mitzvah.
I mean, it's
If
not
it
how it
all leads to
works,
that,
but I mean, we're talking like that shit is normal. We're nuts.
I'm trying to not break down and cry.
No, no,
So
we're nuts. Totally nuts. I mean, I'm crying, aren't I?
I need to keep morale up a way or another. And if it's making fun of all this shit, it's gonna be making fun of all this shit.
Oh no, it's definitely the best idea that we had in the last
At
week.
least 24 hours. For sure. I had no good idea in the last 24 hours.
As you guys are having this discussion, you can hear drums starting to echo. Getting louder and louder.
Well,
Not sure if this is gonna be a camp or a siege.
We should prepare for the latter.
mhm.
Yep.
You also all notice the sky above you getting darker and darker.
Are we on the shadow side of the mountain?
Uh, yes, you are. But even then, it's getting darker. Like, it's not like a gradual darkness, it's like you can see it physically getting darker around you. Like, every time you blink, it's a little bit darker.
We need lights.
Yeah, we need fires. A lot of fire. Burn air thing.
And you hear a female voice echo from the mountain, speaking in Swahili.
You want me to do a Swahili roll?
You'll be able to get the gist of it, but give me a roll because that's how skills go up, and you'll get more information.
She probably says something like, "Lol, you wrecked."
all who see me despair and everything.
Miles, you can pick out the words tonight, Lord, and child. And this voice just echoes, like you can hear it clearly, you can feel it as it's saying something that is specifically not Swahili. It says Nyar Shatan, Nyar Gashana, Nyar Shatan, Nyar Gashana. You guys can make Cthulhu Mythos rolls.
That can't be good. That can't be good at all.
Totally out of game. I'm sweating at the moment. How afraid I am.
That's valid. Oh no, Miles! Oh no, me! What the hell? Oh
Well,
Trying to
folks, it
roll
was a really nice game.
something.
This is fine.
It's just the market chips, I think.
no! Oh crap.
I'm gonna try to roll. Oh god, you rolled terrible. Sorry, Foundry wasn't loaded anymore.
I'm hoping those dice rolls mean that we're gonna be rolling really well tomorrow night. 'Cause yeah, that's wow.
If that's how it works, you're gonna roll well. I'm gonna roll shit because I've
I'm
been
never
lucky on
gonna
the
let
draw.
I'm never gonna let Mark borrow my dice again.
Oh, well, thanks.
Well, that was for naught.
But it wasn't in the 90s.
Amateur.
So yes, you hear this voice, like there's something, like it switches from Swahili into this other language. You can hear this female voice calling it out, and then you can hear hundreds of other voices responding with the same thing. And as they do, like the echo of it kind of like rolls down the mountainside. And as it kind of reaches a crescendo, there's like thunder cracks above you. And what looks like a tornado plume descending from the sky down to the top of the mountain.
Well, I think the choice has been made for us. I think we need to stop whatever they're doing now, and we need to get into that mountain now.
Toward the base of the mountain where we are?
No, towards the top of the mountain.
Oh, the peak. Okay. That can't be good.
I think we need to stop them now. I think we need to get in and stop whatever they're doing now.
Yep. And as you guys are doing so, the wind kind of picks up at the ground level. It's like a very, very chill wind, kind of like whipping around you. Your coat flaps are flapping. Your hair's getting all messed up. The rain starts. There's like another huge boom of thunder. And there's what looks like a little bit of a tear in the sky.
Oh, that's not good at all.
That's such a nope moment.
You need to grab the team, and we need to stop whatever they're doing now. We can't wait.
Let's go. Fuck curiosity, but let's go.
Let's do this with our eyes closed and just shoot anything that moves.
All right. So yeah, the military guys gather up their guns, start making their way up.
Yeah, we don't have time.
Again, the voice cries out in Swahili. Miles, this is a pretty straightforward phrase. You can get this one. It says, "He bestrides the mountain as he bestrides the world." And then as you guys are kind of making your way up the path, and you can't see the peak of the mountain from the path because of the steepness of it. There's a tremendous like crack of thunder. You see a bolt of lightning strike the peak of the mountain, and you hear the most god awful tearing, ripping sound. And an enormous shadow kind of falls over you, like darker than even the darkness that has already enveloped you. The hair on the back of your neck stands up. You see one of the soldiers. Basically, he does kind of like look up, kind of steps away from the edge of the mountain, looks up, and then he turns and jumps off the path.
Sorry, what did we hear again? There was the clap of thunder, and then the lightning struck, and then we heard what?
You heard something in Swahili that says, "He bestrides the mountain as he bestrides the world."
Yeah, I heard that. It was something about another tearing in reality or something else.
Yep, a horrible ripping, tearing sound. And as you make your way up the path, there is what can best be described as a rain of bodies that just kind of like fall off the mountain past you on their way down to the ground from above.
Are they dressed in uniforms?
You can make a spot hidden roll.
I'm wondering if they're the soldiers we brought or the cultists they brought.
Nope, the soldiers that are with you guys on the path. This definitely came from above.
Yeah, well, there's also a tornado starting,
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Okay, what can I tell with 5?
Those folks were naked as the day they were born.
Okay.
And many of them look squished.
Squished before they started falling?
Yep, as they fall past you. As they fall past you, you're like, oh.
Okay. That's, weird.
And again, the chanting continues in this this strange language that you don't understand.
If the soldiers can manage to find and kill that woman whose voice we hear, that would be wonderful. Or as many cultists as they can see, if they can see any. Did anyone else notice? And Evelyn sort of turned to our group to ask, did anyone else notice that the bodies were... They didn't seem alive, did they, Chris?
Oh God, no.
No, okay. The bodies that just fell past us were already dead. Like they had been crushed.
Actually, Evelyn, since you got an extreme success, you would think something very large basically like grabbed them and squoozed them and then threw them off the mountain.
Mm-hmm. My initial thought was
Capri-Sun.
stepped on them and kind of scuffed them off the mountain. But yes, squished is... Uh-huh. Like something enormous took up a handful of them and crushed them and threw them.
As you make your way up and you get to the cave entrance that Gary had spotted, the soldiers go in first. Like proper, military. There is gunfire from inside.
Like proper fodder.
Yep. There is gunfire. There are some shots. At one point, like a cultist comes running at the cave entrance, gets shot in the back by a soldier, kind of like tumbles and falls and rolls down the pathway. But yes, this seems to open up into a very large cavern. In the middle of the cavern, Like here-ish in Foundry. There's a massive pile of dead, decomposed bodies. At the back of the cavern, there's a 15-foot tall sculpture of the bloody tongue. Chiseled in the front of it is a throne. Down in the bottom, down here, there's a very, very large, now empty cave. Sorry, not
Don't
cave,
like the
cage.
implication of now empty.
Like a wrought iron cage. And everybody can give me spot hidden rolls. And the soldiers are kind of like fanning out through this area, you know, occasionally like shooting one of the few remaining cultists in this area.
I'm sorry. Just it just died on me, so I'm gonna retry to.
No, right. I rolled for Eugene.
Yeah.
Can
One
you
of
roll
them
for
is
me
out of
too?
my
I
reach.
mean, it's
Yeah.
it seems like I suck.
Nope. Gary's
Ah,
admiring his
long last.
shoes. But Eugene, two things catch your attention. One, directly behind the statue, you see a door-sized discoloration of the stone. And on the kind of underneath the throne, there is a small hardwood box on the floor.
I'm gonna dash for the throne,
Okay.
and I'm gonna voice out to everyone. What's behind the throne seems to be a door. They might have passed through it. We might gain access to the rest through it. And I'm gonna go for the box. See if I can find see if I can find any way of opening that.
Okay. So as you go and grab the box, the soldiers basically make their way to the door, since that's what you brought them here for. They will push their way through it. Are you guys following the soldiers, or are you waiting behind them?
I'm waiting to see what Eugene has.
Okay. Yeah, the box opens easily, and inside it there is a ship's timepiece set to Greenwich Mean Time.
Fuck.
Yep, another timepiece.
Mm-hmm.
We better see what's coming up. I feel like they did the ritual here, but they're probably gathered somewhere else. But from what you said from the body, they might have successfully summoned something. We need to stop the ritual, but I don't know if we can stop whatever they summoned.
For all we know, what they could have summoned was in that village.
Don't know why they have a huge stage here. The pile buddy, do they look like the cultists?
No, they look like villagers. Like there's like
Yeah.
3 piles of corpses, like men, women, children, completely indiscriminate, all in various states of decay.
I'm gonna assume that those were in the cage and they were the sacrifice.
Probably.
And 3 piles and there were 3 creature in the village. Might be unrelated, but who knows? I think we should not let the soldier get too much ahead of us. Might need us.
So as the soldiers have basically opened the door and are entering in, are you guys letting them go first?
I mean,
I'm okay with that.
I won't charge ahead of them, but I might want to take a look, so I don't just send them all to their death.
It's a tunnel, and it goes in and
Well,
curves upward.
yeah, okay. Might not be the most heroic thing to do, but I'll follow them, but I won't be the first in front.
Okay. What about Evelyn or Gary?
I think I'm sticking close to Eugene.
Okay.
We did bring the soldiers here for a reason, and it was to kill everything in their path. I don't want to be in their path.
All right. So the this tunnel basically kind of curves around, almost constantly upward. Here and there, torches flicker. There's no pictures or anything on the walls of the tunnel. Occasionally, the stone has kind of been pulled apart, so there's like these fissures that takes some time to get over. It takes probably about half an hour to navigate up this tunnel. You figure it's probably about a mile or so long. For those of you that are concerned about such things, that is still well within the height of the mountain.
We're not in impossible geometry right now.
You're
Not
not
yet.
You're not in a TARDIS type situation yet.
Yet.
Impossible landscape.
And from basically at the top, the soldiers have basically stopped, and word kind of filters back because it is a tunnel. It says, "We've come to another door. We hear voices on the other side chanting, screaming. Ready?"
That's probably our targets. So yeah.
A gun in a hand and my hands on on the dynamite on my belt. Don't know what we're gonna find here, but fuck it.
Perfect. And I will get you guys to give me what's called a group luck roll. So whoever has the lowest luck gets to make a roll.
Oh, 59.
25.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure it's
37.
me.
Yours is lower than 25?
Oh yeah, half of that.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, 13.
He spent
Lucky
a
number.
spent a bunch not to get grabbed by a dark young.
That's true. That's fair.
I spent like 22 not to get grabbed,
Oof.
but I think the outcome of being grabbed would have been fatal. So,
Yep.
right now my foundry is not behaving, so I will need assistance.
A 5. You succeed.
It's a hard
Damn.
success.
I'm gonna roll like
Wow.
shit tomorrow. Like I've been so lucky on my roll tonight. I'm gonna roll like shit tomorrow.
So
Desi will
as
have all to do the lifting.
as the soldiers kind of like open the door, kind of breach the door to the chamber here, A gigantic hand basically swoops down, scoops up 11 of them. So yeah, the door opens and you guys just basically see like this big like Godzilla-esque hand just like scoop up the people in the front of the thing who just opened the door, and they're just gone. You hear the crunching of bones and screaming sounds. You vaguely saw something hand-like grab them, but they're like way at the front and you guys are way at the back. Again, the female voice though calls out in Swahili. Just give me 1 sec here. Got to see what it says here. There we go. Miles, you can pick up. Tonight is the time of greatness when our Lord sends us his chosen. Tonight comes the dread child. And the drums are getting faster and faster. The soldiers kind of move out into this very large temple-like area, open to the sky. This is obviously like the summit of the mountain.
Sorry,
Do
can you
we
repeat
have
what the
any?
chanting was?
Sorry, what was that?
Can you repeat what that chanting was?
Yes, tonight is the time of greatness when our Lord sends us his chosen. Tonight comes the dread child.
I will share that with the group.
So I will put you guys on the map. The soldiers start spreading out. There are hundreds of cultists up here. And out of the kind of the corner of your eye, you guys see this large figure just kind of like straddling this temple area. It's got to be 200 feet tall. A large, bloody tentacle type thing where its face should be. And it's just like swooping up people and throwing it into the mouth, and some of the ones miss its mouth and go plummeting off the side of the cave.
Hence the squish people.
I am going to need sanity rolls from people.
Yes, you are.
And I will remind people that for Christmas gifts, everybody does have a card that lets them automatically succeed at a roll.
Ice cold.
Oh, you guys are doing great.
I think I'm gonna use my automatically succeed at a roll for a throw roll with dynamite.
Yes, please. I've been waiting to ask. Do we have more dynamite? We need dynamite.
I had three bundle for 3 huts, and I had time to throw one. So
Oh God.
and I think this is a dynamite situation.
This is definitely a dynamite situation. Yes, yes, it absolutely is.
So everybody loses 5 points of sanity.
Uh-oh. So close to my limit. There we go.
Does that mean I have like another psychotic episodic breakdown because we're still in the same day?
Everybody can give me an intelligence roll.
I think that's only if you hit your daily limit.
The daily limit will cause indefinite insanity. 5 points or more causes a psychotic break.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
I reached my limit with my previous sanity check, and we're still in the same day.
Yep, Miles is pretty gone.
Oh, I'm still at 6 out of 8.
Thankfully,
Like I'm 15
Crazy
out of
people are
9 right now.
Miles needs psychiatric care.
Yikes.
I am too dumb to understand what's happening.
Eugene is too dumb to understand the ramifications as to what this means.
I'm not.
Sorry, what was it to roll? My internet
Intelligence.
crashed.
An intelligence roll.
What were you saying, Gary? Couldn't hear you.
Oh, he was just asking what he needed to roll.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you there, Miles. Just looking at his bout of madness.
Yeah. Oh, Gary is also too dumb to understand what's going on, which is good. This is the one roll in Call of Cthulhu you want to fail.
I'm too
Damn
dumb.
it.
Damn, am I being so smart?
That and spot hidden at the wrong time.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So as this monstrous creature is like just standing astride the temple, Miles, you're like, fuck no, I've had it. It's been a day, and you're going to flee in panic. Only for one round though. Evelyn is going to pick up a new phobia.
Is it of 200-foot tall tentacle-mouthed creatures that try to eat people?
I don't know. Why don't you roll percentile dice for me?
Because that's kind of what it feels like.
Phobia squid.
I mean, valid.
Cataceradophobia. It's a fear of cockroaches. Well, there are numerous. Actually, let's make it a fear of ants because amongst the chaos happening here, there are dozens of like 6-inch long driver ants.
Ick.
Uh huh. All right. So, a couple of things happen. The soldiers start. Some of the soldiers go insane and are not going to be useful. Some of the soldiers retain their grip on things, and will start like just shooting everybody that's not you or them. The gigantic creature, as this chant is happening and everybody's standing there, because when you fail a sanity roll, even if you make the sanity roll, if you lose sanity, you just take a moment to kind of take everything in. This gigantic creature basically just kind of like seems to almost invert, and you feel this cold black wind, hence the mountain's namesake, basically just kind of swirl around the area and then rush down the mountain. Anybody who wants to can make Cthulhu Mythos rolls.
I kind of want to.
Sorry, why would we be making rolls again?
To see if you can identify what that was.
Oh! Nope!
Yeah, sure. Let's just continue the madness train. Why the hell?
I'm getting rid of all my bad rolls tonight. Obviously.
Sorry, what are we rolling? Mythos?
Cthulhu Mythos.
Not me.
That 12 became a 72, but
Yeah.
I can roll for Eugene. Oh no, Eugene doesn't know either. All right. So this creature just turns into this black mountain and basically blows down the mountainside. Standing in the middle here on the map, you see this like beautiful African woman, long hair, completely naked. Her arms outstretched, and kind of like laying on the altar in front of her is a woman you recognize from the photographs as Hypatia Masters, one of the members of the Carlisle expedition.
Mm-hmm.
She looks visibly pregnant. And as this priest is kind of standing ahead, and there's like chaos happening everywhere. Like cultists are fighting soldiers, soldiers are fighting cultists. They're just mass chaos, but everything around her seems to, like, your attention is drawn to her since you guys are the investigators and the main PCs. So as this fight is happening in the background, I mean, I hate to use the illusion, but imagine it's like a Zack Snyder film. So chaos happening in the background, kind of a slow-mo as you guys kind of focus. And this priestess kind of raises her hands, and she says something again in that language you don't understand. And then in Swahili, she says, "The time has come. The spawn is born." And Hypatia's distended belly starts to glow and grow.
Uh-oh.
Then she screams in mortal agony and explodes.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
And I think we'll call it there on that cliffhanger.
Sorry, so what happened there exactly? While the shooting was going on?
The Hypatia Masters has given birth to the spawn of Nyarlathotep.
Well, I don't know if given birth is really the right description. That was a completely unnatural C-section.
Yes.
Yes. That was a not quite a chest burster, but
Close enough.
close enough. I mean, depending on how distended that got before the tearing point. Yeah.
I thought we finished the last session in a bad place.
We are in
thought
so
that.
much of a worse place now. This is a great place for Alvin to come back in.
Alvin comes up behind the party going, "Hey guys, what's going on? Holy shit!"
Oh, God. Yeah.
Am I within 75 feet of her?
I just
The only
feel
good
like
place to
ladder
be
bridge.
in a Cthulhu campaign is session 1 at the intro. Maybe.
Yeah, good news, Eugene. You're only about 50 feet from her.
Oh, dear God.
Not this throwing range.
Yeah, I was hoping that we would get a chance to kill the priestess before she finished.
Yep.
Because I thought at one point, like, a knife was going to be involved until the glowing started, and it's like, oh no, this is worse.
Yep.
I still kind of want to explode her. You know,
I mean,
the last
yeah,
cult master
yeah.
we shot had a spell that protected him from bullets and shit. So
Yeah,
excessive force seems the appropriate amount of force.
it does. It does. I mean, if shooting doesn't work, then what happens if there's no floor underneath her because it was blown away by dynamite?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help.
But
That is
we'll
an
see
important
whatever
question.
comes out.
Yikes.
All right, so I will put it on to development phase, and everybody can roll to regain luck.
So we click recover luck points, right?
Correct.
Yes.
I always forget which button to click.
If I don't get luck on this,
Oh, Eugene got 9 points. Oh, Evelyn got a point.
1.
Miles got 2.
I mean, with that 9 point, I'm back at 22.
There you go.
Yikes, that's painful.
So yes, so we will pick this up next time. On the plus side, I probably won't be able to put you in a worse position at the end of next session.
I mean, you say that now.
I don't
You
trust
said
that.
probably, but come on.
Right?
I trust you.
I choose my words carefully.
We could be in one of those hands
You
being
could.
crushed toward something's mouth.
Was that for the luck roll?
Shut up!
That is exactly what Eugene's luck roll was for.
Yep,
Oh,
guessed as
no.
much. Guessed as much.
No.
The luck roll was to see whether or not Nyarlathotep scoops up a PC.
Oh God.
Does the thing has a fez on?
So yeah, if he picks you up, then you make a second luck roll. If you fail, you are fed into his ravening maw and eaten.
I'm glad you got some extra luck back.
And those who, if you succeed at that luck roll, then you are just picked up and tossed and take 3d6 damage from the fall.
Oh, that's not good.
Don't.
Nothing there is good.
Nope.
I'm very glad I got a 5 on 13.
Oh, and the sanity rolls that everybody made, and you only lost 5 sanity. If you had failed, it's a D100 sand loss.
Yeah, I died from that once.
Yep.
Ugh.
So yeah, a couple of clutch rolls there.
Yeah, I was
I
very
think it's
lucky
time for me
here.
to go home and go back to my my lovely home in Nairobi or wherever the hell it is I live.
I'm gonna keep that coupon for Christmas present close, just for that. Yes. I mean, in Cthulhu, it's a double-edged thing.
Yep.
It's a one-time deal, and the rolls are so terrible.
Oh man.
All right. So we will see everybody next week, and we'll see the majority of you tomorrow for Forbidden Lands,
Yup.
which will probably go better than this.
Probably.
Hope so.
I'll probably roll much better. Hopefully.
And I'm
Dice
gonna roll
cooperating.
terrible tomorrow, considering how I rolled today.
That's right. It all balances out.
Oh.
Thanks a lot for tonight. It was great.
Okay. Have a good night, folks.
Night,
Take care,
guys.
everybody. Night.
I'd say sweet dreams, but not after that game.
Not gonna go to bed right now.
No. Gonna be
Don't
up for a
trust my
couple of
dreams
hours.
right now.
Thanks.
Yep.